Hello from Jimmy's Old Time Radio Show. This is kind of a special video because February is Recreation Therapy Month, and I want to say thank you to the recreation therapists I know. This is a word to say how much recreation therapists mean to me, as I've been working closely with you for about 10 years, that is until COVID. I've seen your work, I've studied your work, and I've been entertaining at retirement homes and long-term care homes for 10 years. So I've met quite a few rec therapists in that time. I'm not a recreation therapist, I'm not a music therapist, but I do have a background in the seniors industry. I used to be a nutritional manager in both long-term care and in retirement homes. My background with seniors industry goes way back to 1988. My occupation is working for you. I'm working for rec therapists as a contractor. So in the course of going back and forth across Canada, I've gotten to know many of you. I've observed your good work, and this has been an exceptionally difficult time, so I just wanted to say thank you. Recreation therapists have always been important, but since the pandemic, I think their level of importance has just been amply magnified. Staving off the boredom and the isolation has been so critical to mental health for everybody, but seniors especially because they're so isolated. So recreation therapists are the unsung heroes that are behind those closed doors working to try to keep people entertained. And I suppose that's what I'm trying to do too. I create online content now with the hopes that recreation therapists will use it to entertain their residents. It's really as simple as that, just trying to bring a little bit of fun into these seniors' lives. But that's what rec therapists do every day. They take care of the spiritual and mental and physical sides of the seniors' well-being. You know, there's also that medical component, but they take care of the holistic side, which is a huge component. If you ask me, the holistic side of well-being is really the pinnacle on which we all need to stand, because if we don't feel good about ourselves, it's hard to just feel good. Anyway, it's been a tough time. I became interested in recreation therapy when I was a nutritional manager. We used to cater events. There would be, say, a music program going on in the activity room, and I was always a musician, so I saw these entertainers coming in and having fun, and I thought, I'd like to do that too. I already knew some of the material, and I went straight to work at learning songs that I knew would be applicable to that genre. Little did I know that it would become my life's work. I'm very blessed. On a typical year, not like now, but on a typical year, I'll play a few hundred concerts for seniors. And I can't express enough how enriching that is. I can't tell you enough how much fun that is. And I also enjoy the relationships with all the managers that I work for. I know how busy your days are between doing your job and the management side of it. You're shuttling residents back and forth to Dollarama, and you're setting up rooms, and you're cooking in the resident kitchen and doing physiotherapy and so on and so on. A recreation manager wears a lot of hats. I've been lucky. I've been able to just kind of study this narrow segment of your job, just music programs, and I made quite a study of it. In fact, I've even written a book about it. It's not published yet, but I'm working on it. In fact, I'm going to do a whole new draft. I'm going to start tomorrow because COVID-19 has really skewed how the entire industry is looked at now. And even though my book has always been very much a safety-focused book, safety first, COVID has added a whole new layer. But I've been watching rec therapists work and how they arrange their rooms and how they have their relationships with the residents and how they have attention to details and safety and the food and things like that. There's so many layers to the job that I've enjoyed studying it. And now there's a whole new layer, the element of virtual programs, and that's been my focus. Providing virtual music programs to recreation managers, hoping you'll use my videos to entertain your residents. I've been lobbying for you whenever I get a chance to promote the purchase of a smart TV so you can have virtual music programs, or in normal times lobbying just so you can have more funding for music programs and recreation as a whole. I'm on your side, and one of the things I hope that will come out of this pandemic is an increased funding for recreation. I know cash is kind of strapped fighting the pandemic itself, but isolation and boredom have been really in the forefront. I think seniors living providers need to put a bigger focus on that holistic side. And they do. We're so blessed here in Canada. We're so blessed. The majority of facilities are fantastic. I've seen 450 of them. You sometimes see negative comments in social media. Always, and any negative will be very much exploded and in the headlines. But it's those unsung heroes and the day-to-day little things that are done. I see a lot of it as I travel from home to home to home. And I just want you to know, I've noticed it and I really appreciate it, and I know the residents appreciate it too. So again, thank you. I was, as I said, a nutritional manager. I'm now a recreationist. I also took a course in long-term care administration. So these three elements have given me a fairly broad spectrum view of the industry. But we all look at things through lenses, and my primary lens right now at the industry is through the perspective of what recreation therapists do. Because I work for you, and the vast majority of you are fantastic people, educated, tech savvy, energetic and skilled, cooking and crafting and bus driving, health and safety and infection control, community outreach as your ambassadors to your facilities. You have patience, you have empathy, you have emotional intelligence, you have energy, you have creativity, you're good communicators. Recreation therapists have been a joy to work with. You understand the necessity to slow oneself, to speak clearly, to get to someone's level, sometimes literally. You know how to interact with seniors. You have fun with them. You treat them like the adults that they are, but whenever possible, are giggling like a child and having fun. You have a great job. Recreation therapists have a great job, and I recommend it to anybody that has those skill sets. As we wait to get back to normal, we're still sort of living in isolation and in a virtual world, and I'm going to continue to provide more and more online music programs for you. There will be a day where I will be able to come and sing for you again in person. And I guess if there's one positive to this pandemic for me, it's how my YouTube channel has grown. It demonstrates the need for virtual music programming. That's really all there is in most of the world right now. So if you haven't subscribed yet, you know what to do. And as I sing these songs, I'm singing the praises of rec therapists, and I know how hard you work. So thank you from Jimmy's Old Time Radio Show.
Well, listen, honey, you'll find a worried man